Hi, this is Steve Stine from Guitarzoom, and today I'd like to show you a pedal called the Harmonic Square Pitch Shifter made by Donner. Now, it's kind of a fun little pedal. It's a little bit different, but I'm going to show you all kinds of different things that you can do with it if you're looking for something a bit more exotic and unusual to use in your playing to give you, inspiration and creativity to come up with some different things. So basically, let's just break down what I've got going here. Okay, I'm running into the pedal. You'll see I've got the little tiny pedal sitting over here so you can see it in my second camera there. So I'm running into the pedal, and of course I'm just running out of the pedal into the amp. Okay? Now, basically what you've got here is a wet signal, a dry signal, and then the amount of half steps or semitones that you want to switch your tone with. Of course, turning the pedal on and off. Okay? And then this button up here, which I'll explain in just a second, which is pitch shifting it up, down, or doing what's called detuning. Okay? So basically, if I go back to the beginning here, what I want to do is I'll just pick the two semitones or two half steps. Now, of course, it's kind of strange. So it depends on what it is that you're doing with it. Okay, now let me show you what happens when you change the wet and the dry. Now, if I change the dry and turn it all the way off, I wind up with a guitar that is now tuned down a whole step. Which for me is quite functional. Okay, now if I turn that back up, the dry all the way up, or even just a little bit in the background there, again, kind of strange. Okay, now I'm going to turn that all the way back up, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this all the way up so you can hear what it sounds like from here. Now watch when I turn the dry off. I'm going to turn that dry all the way off, and now I'm going to start turning this. Watch what happens. So it's shifting it upward now, where before it was shifting it down. So when I had this button all the way down, it was shifting the pitches downward, whole step, and then step and a half. However you want to think of that. +2 would be a whole step, or 2 half steps, right? And then 3 would be 3 half steps, or a step and a half, however you want to think about that. But that's what's happening. So if you turn the dry all the way off, you can use it to go down. And if you put it up here, so as a pedal that just creates harmonies, obviously it does that. The only thing is it's not creating intelligent harmonies, right? So if you're playing in the key of G major or something, it's not creating an intelligent harmony. It's adding a whole step or a step and a half or 2 whole steps or whatever you want to think of it to every note, right? So that's where, like, I'll go to a fifth, for instance. A fifth is something that I would generally use. So that's kind of a cool sound. Which sounds pretty cool. I like this one too. If I move up to the 7th, right here, I can't see it on the other side. I like the sound of that one too. But, I mean, you just have to explore these. But remember, I can always turn the dry off and then get just the affected sound as well. Then, of course, you've got an octave here. So right there, I'm hearing both the guitar tone and the octave lower. Unless I turn the dry off again. Now I just have the octave. Okay. And I'll turn it back on. And then go to the 2 octaves. That's way down there. Okay, So it gets a little bit crazy there. But again, all of those will work going the other direction, putting it up here. And then you can either blend them however you like, or you can take the dry signal out and you can use the guitar as a capo. You can start capoing up. So for instance, if I went back to a whole step here and turn the dry off, okay. Now, whenever you do something like that, you have to remember that it's important that the volume that you're hearing your guitar is louder than the strings that you're hearing, because the strings are not actually changing pitch, right? They're staying the same. It's just the pedal is affecting the signal and then making it sound like it's a whole step higher or whatever it is that you'd like. So if you're not loud enough in your volume on your guitar, you're going to hear both sounds and it's going to sound really weird to you. Actually, it's going to sound like this. So if you try and play a chord, it's going to sound kind of strange. Again, maybe you're looking for that. Okay, then we'll look at the center here, which is detuned. So if I go here, it's like different styles of choruses, sort of. I'll change it here. Okay. So it's getting closer and closer. Watch what happens. Now if I go here, it's just a little bit of a little flange or a little chorus there. And if I move over here, now it starts up again. It starts getting further and further away. So it's a pretty cool pedal, depending on your uses. Obviously, number one, you could use it for creating some very unusual styles of harmonies. And then things like the fifths and things like that that you might use a lot. The detune is really nice for doing some chorusy sorts of effects. And then you've got turning off the dry signal, and you could either use it as a capo, where you're going to raise the pitch of your strings, or you could use it to detune, depending on where you set this button here. So, or that switch. So again, a really cool pedal, worth exploring a little bit and see what you can do with it. It's always worth spending a little bit of money if you can get something new and creative happening in your mind and have fun and stay inspired, you know? So again, that's the new Donner pedal. I shouldn't call it new. I don't know how long it's been out, but the Harmonic square pedal. Kind of fun to play. Anyway, take care. Have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you soon.